Hey everybody, thanks for joining me tonight. Tonight I'm going to prepare for you one of the 5 mother sauces. That's right. I'm going to prepare a veloute sauce. We call it a gravy. It's going to be simple, delicious. We're going to prepare a roux. We're going to add chicken stock. We're going to season with a turkey base. We're going to mount with butter. It's going to be delicious. I'm going to add the amounts and the ingredients down below, but all you need is butter, all-purpose flour, chicken stock. I'm seasoning with some turkey base. You could season with salt and pepper if you like. And at the end, we're going to mount with butter. It's going to be delicious. One of the 5 mother sauces. Let's go over to the stove. And here's our ingredients for our veloute, our gravy sauce: butter, all-purpose flour, chicken broth. I am seasoning this gravy with a turkey base because I'm using this for a smoked turkey, but you could season with salt and pepper if you like. And I'll be using a medium sauce pot and a wooden spoon. Alright, let's get cooking. Alright, let's start on this gravy. 1, 2, 3. So, let's start with 4 tablespoons of butter. And let's melt that butter down. Alright, the butter has melted. So now I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. So we're making a roux for our gravy. For our, the French call this a veloute sauce, which is one of the 5 mother sauces. What are the 5 mother sauces? They are the veloute, do you see here, sauce espagnole, bechamel, classic tomato, and hollandaise. There you go. So I remember them from my culinary school days. So we're going to cook down this roux just about to a blonde stage. We're almost to a blonde stage. All right, we're back. And she's right there, right at blonde stage. And it should look like wet sand. And if you find that it's a little too loose, you could add more flour. This is about right where I want it. So we are ready to add our stock. Got my whisk in my hands. Since our roux is hot, our stock has to be cold. So we have to work with the rule of opposites when it comes to this sauce. So, all right, here we go. We're using 4 tablespoons of butter and flour. So, see about right there. If it needs more stock as the sauce comes to thicken, then we could always add more stock. So I added just about short of what I feel is enough stock. So we're going to let this go and let her come to temperature, and at that point it's going to start thickening. The roux will start doing its thickening power. Excellent. Alright, our gravy is starting to thicken as it's coming to a simmer, and you could see it coming together. Yes, beautiful. Beautiful. Looking really nice. Now we're going to go ahead and just give her a taste. Definitely coats a spoon. I'm going to Looks like I'm going to add a little more stock as she goes along, but I'm going to taste it to see how far along the roux has been cooking. Well, that's really good. It needs to cook a little longer. I'm talking just about minutes, because you'll taste, and I'm tasting for the taste of the flour, and if it tastes just like raw flour, and it had a little tinge of raw flour in there, so I'm going to continue to simmer on low. She's just getting thicker, so it'll get to the point where I'll just add a splash of chicken broth, chicken stock, just to get her loose again. But we're almost there. All right, she's been simmering for a couple minutes. Just give her a taste. Definitely looking beautiful. Look at that. That is very nice. So just as suspected, I'm going to loosen her up with just a splash of chicken stock. Just to loosen her up a little bit. I'm going to bring her up to temperature. Then we're going to finish this sauce. Let her come up to temperature. Alright, so the roux has cooked. She's at the proper consistency, so now we're going to check for seasoning. If she needs any more salt. So let me taste her. We're just checking for seasoning right at the end here. Oh, that's so good. It does need a little salt. So what I'm going to do instead of salt, I'm going to add Better Than Bouillon turkey base for that little salt kick at the end, and it'll also fortify the gravy. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon. Give this a stir. Now we're going to give it a moment for the base to dissolve into our sauce. Alright, so let's check for seasoning after we added the Better Than Bouillon turkey base. That's it. That's beautiful. Now, the final step is to mount with butter. So I got a dab of butter. I'm going to turn off the heat. And I'm just going to swirl this butter into our sauce. And it's the final step. It'll add sheen, a nice little glossy finish, a luxurious mouthfeel in your mouth, and it'll also mellow out the flavors you have in there. Oh, look at her. Excellent. So let's plate her up on this white plate. Beautiful. I love me a good gravy. Absolutely. When you cook your roux, cook it at a low temperature. Use a wooden spoon And low temperature, you don't want to burn the roux. So slowly cook the roux. Remember the law of opposites. You got hot roux, you got to have cold liquid. If hot and hot, it'll just clump up and be a complete disaster for you. I've done it. Trust me. Anyway, that's it. That's a veloute, a gravy, simple way to add to your holidays this season. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below. Thanks to all my subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing right now. We'll see you guys here next time on The Guy Show. Goodbye, everybody.